of the western wall and the southern wall. Okay?
Oh, so this is the corner.
This is the western wall.
Western, southern,
This is the
southern,
wall.
western.
Now, listen to this. There is from Al-Quran, satu ayat that says that while Muhammad was asleep, a creature that is half a horse with the wings, it's called al-Burak, carried Muhammad to the mosque, which is far, far away. Al-Aqsa means far away. Now, Menurut tradition, this is not from Al-Quran. Menurut tradition Muslim, this is from the traditional, the Muslim tradition. The horse was tied in the corner of the western and southern wall, right here.
Right
From
here.
there, Muhammad walked to where? To where today we see the Dome of the Rock. Okay? He went there, and from there he went to heaven to bring back the 5 prayers a day for Muslim.
Ah,
This tradition, this story, is the core of the conflict between Yahudi and
and
Muslim.
Muslim, I see.
I will explain that later when we go up, but I want you guys to see the location right here.
Oke. Selamat siang Amerika, selamat malam Indonesia. Guys, kali ini saya benar-benar berada di Temple Mount. Nah, di Temple Mount ini, di sebelah kanan ini terlihat Masjid Al-Aqsa. Selain Masjid Al-Aqsa, di Temple Mount ini ada Dome of the Rock yang kubah warna emas. Dan untuk masuk ke sini, ini penjagaan yang super ketat, double ketat, triple ketat juga bisa dikatakan. Dan penjaga ini adalah penjaganya tentara Israel. Mereka mengecek barang tajam apa aja yang kita bawa masuk ke dalam, dan kita harus berpakaian rapi. Ini adalah tembok yang mengelilingi Temple Mount. Temple Mount ini awalnya ini merupakan tempat di mana Raja Salomo mendirikan Ka'bah, dan sudah hancur beberapa kali oleh Babylon, oleh Persia, oleh Roma, dan akhirnya sekarang ini dimiliki oleh Muslim. Nah, kita akan menjelajahi ke tempat ini. Bagaimana keseruan kita? Ikutin terus ya.
Come on guys, sekolah agama.
Sekolah
Mana
agama.
musim
Ini seperempat Yahudi.
Seperempat.
Yahudi semuanya.
Oh,
We are entering the gate.
I want to show you another thing.
Another gate. A gate and more
Western
gates.
wall.
Western
See the
wall.
stones that are coming out from the wall?
Yes.
Okay. Up until 1967, everything what you see down here was covered with mud.
Oh.
The archaeologists had to dig here in order to reveal everything what we see here. Now you see all these stones that are down there. When the temple was destroyed, these are the original stones that fell down.
Oh.
Right here, you can see exactly the situation how it looks 2,000 years ago. Now, the stones that are coming out from the wall, there used to be a bridge here which is called Robinson Bridge.
Robinson Bridge.
In order to enter Temple Mount from the west, you had to climb on top of that bridge. It was one of few gates to enter Temple Mount. This is one of them, and you had two more gates here on the south. All right?
Okay.
These are very important. So, what we see down here is called the Davidson Archaeological Garden. And it usually, some groups I take down here, and it's an amazing, amazing visit, because we can talk so much about the time of the Second Holy Temple and the ruins that we see right here. But it's not in our itinerary, so we're going to continue.
Okay.
תודה רבה.
See, woman is on the right, man is on the left, and woman is on the right because woman is always right. Today you turn to woman. Today you turn to woman.
Today is Woman Day.
Today it's a woman day. Ini kita mau diperiksa di dalam sini. Sebelum masuk Old Jerusalem, we already in the Old Jerusalem, but still they still have to check on us. No gun, no Bible, no cross, nothing is thing. Lantaran di sini untuk semua, bukan spesifik agama.
Everybody here, come inside around. This beautiful model. What we see here, this is the model of the temple. This is the second, actually, it looks like the first and the second holy temple. But you know that King Herod, he started renovation here on Temple Mount, and he built the most luxurious monument in the world right here on the top of the mountain. Now, like I said, main 3 holidays,
Ini
Sukkot, Pesach,
bilik suci,
and Shavuot.
bilik maha
About
suci.
1 million people coming to participate in the ceremonies that took place at the Holy Temple. The most holy place of all is this one,
Yeah.
okay? The Holy of the Holiest. Only Imam Besar, satu kali setahun, only
Yeah,
once a year,
once a year.
during Yom Kippur, Hari Puasa, Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur.
He is allowed to go in. And because it is so sensitive, they tied him with a rope.
Oo.
In case something happened to him, God forbid, maybe heart attack or something, they'll be able to pull him out because nobody is allowed to go in. So only one person once a year will go inside. What do we have inside?
Oh yeah, Ten Commandments.
The Holy Spirit, just the Holy Spirit.
The Ark of the Covenant used to be inside. Up until the destruction of the first temple, the Ark of the Covenant with the Ten Commandments used to be inside. After the destruction of the first temple, we don't know where it went. You can ask Indiana Jones. Remember the movie?
Indiana Jones.
He's asking for it. So, this is the model. We're going to start our tour right now. Okay. Temple Mount in different times, you know, some ancient times. Okay, beautiful, beautiful photo. הם הברכיים, אבל במקור אתה מסתכל עליהם, מאיפה הם? איווא.
ואם אני אומר להם סלמת בגים,
Selamat pagi. First we got scared and then you said selamat pagi.
come on, why are you scared? The policeman in Israel very good.
לנו שאסור להגיד. אני אומרת לו מה אסור לנו להגיד.
Jadi orang Jewish.
Take a photo, huh?
I am making a video.
That's si boleh.
Look handsome, Pastor.
Ontak kita. Imam besar.
Cocok dengan kaosnya warnanya.
Si Vivi mah ini gara-gara ontanya yang besar. Ini Muslim. Ada kubah sana, ini kubah. Iya, samping-sampingan.
Tidak boleh masuk kita.
Nggak boleh.
Kita masuk di areanya.
Hati-hati Pak Haji.
Nggak boleh
Segitu dekat.
Pak Haji. Ini harus Muslim yang bisa masuk.
Oh iya benar.
Al-Aqsa.
Tapi nggak boleh masuk.
Nggak boleh. Harus ngafalin apa tadi tuh? Dites.
Makanya dia bilang kalau terjadi apa kan siapa yang punya ketiga.
Gitu ya.
Tapi yang jaga tentara Israel loh.
Itu hebatnya. Kapan lagi
Di sini?
sediain?
Banyak.
Not for drink. Air wudhu.
So, believe it or not, we are standing right now in such a holy place. Such a holy place. It's the holiest of all. It's the most sensitive, it's the most holy place in the world, right here. Let's start from the beginning. Abraham lived where? Remember when the first day I told you the capital of the Negev? What was the capital of the Negev? The city of
Beersheba.
Abraham settled down in the south. And all of a sudden, God came to him. After such a long time, they became so old, him and his wife Sarah. Finally, he was blessed to have a baby from his wife Sarah, his beloved baby. And then God tell him, listen, you're going to take your only son to be sacrificed on the top of the mountain,
Moriah.
Mount Moriah. We say in Hebrew, Moriah.
Moriah.
Mount Moriah. Okay? He made his way, all the way from Beersheba to Jerusalem. There was no Jerusalem back then, there was only temple, Mount Moriah. And he went right there, below this monument. Below this monument, this is the foundation of earth. This holy rock which is underneath this place. And over there he built an altar.
Yeah.
And he started to prepare to sacrifice his son. And then in the last minute we know what happened. Okay? So everything started in the story of Abraham and Isaac, right here.
Oh my God.
Making this place becoming so holy. Few hundred years after that, Abraham is 4,000 years ago. We jumped 1,000 years, about 800 years after that, the time of King David. We saw before, I pointed out, I told you guys, on the left, this is the city of David. When I say the city of David, this is the first Jerusalem. You remember the story yesterday? King David conquered the land of the Jebusite, including Jerusalem. Okay, and then he went to the king of the Jebusite and he said, I want to buy this mountain. And he paid a lot of money for this mountain. Even though, you remember I told you that it was not normal, because the minute you conquer and you take over a land, everything is yours. You don't have to pay, it's yours. But no, he wanted to make it formal.
Official.
Okay, official, so he can have a document to say this is for the Jews forever.
Ah,
And he wanted to build the house of the Lord right here.
I see.
But then one of the prophets told him, listen, you're not qualified to do that. You've been involved in so many
Blood.
wars and your hands are full of blood.
Yeah.
And you're not pure enough to do that. We have to wait until your son become a king.
Solomon.
Shlomo.
Salomo.
I say Shlomo.
Salomo.
Okay, not Solomon, Shlomo.
Salomo.
Became a king, and Shlomo started to build one of the biggest projects on top of the mountain, the Holy Temple, the house of God, right here.
Wow.
That happened in the year 950 BC. This temple lasted until the year 586 BC,
Before Christ.
when it was destroyed by the Babylonians.
Oh.
destroyed by the Babylonians, and the Jews, the Israelites, were sent into exile.
Oh.
70 years after that, the king of Persia, Darius, okay?
Yes.
He was in good terms with the Jews, and he allowed the Jews to go back
Good.
to Jerusalem to build the temple,
Temple
again.
again.
Why was it important for the Jews to build the temple? Because remember, the faith of the Jews back in those days was based on the ceremonies that were conducted right here in the Holy Temple.
That's right.
There was no synagogue, there was no praying books, nothing. Okay? People came to attend the ceremonies every day. It took place 3 times a day, and also major holidays, right here. So he gave them the money. He returned to them some of the treasure from the temple that was destroyed, the first temple, and gave them enough money to come back and build the second temple. Their budget was not as big if we try to compare it to the budget of King Solomon, who was such a rich king. But what it was important for them is to have the temple.
Yes.
They built the temple 70 years after the destructions. And here we go to another period, the period of King Herodes. King Herodes, he was not original Jewish. He converted. He was his father and mother were Nabatean and Edomite, and they converted into Judaism. So he was not a pure blood Jewish, and he could not be a king. Okay, you cannot be a king because as a king you have to belong to a certain dynasty, a certain family, in order to become a king of Judah or Israel. Okay, so he married Miriam, that was from the family of the Hasmonaim, in order to be qualified to be a king of Judea. He was nominated as a king by the Romans, not by the Jews. And he was in a good terms with the Romans, but he was not so liked by the Jews. So in order to be liked by the Jews, he builds an amazing projects all over the Holy Land. The biggest one is right here. He renovated this small temple, the second temple. He renovated it and built the most luxurious and the most beautiful monument, building, temple, anywhere you want to call it, right here.
I see.
Now King Herod, he became a king in the year 38 BC, and he died more or less in the year 4 BC. It is still, there is a debate about the exact time that he died. Second temple still holding on, still exists. The Romans are in charge of the Holy Land, and in the year 66 AD, the Jews started the rebellion against the Romans. It started in the city of Caesarea, and continued all over to the north of Israel and reached the area of Jerusalem as well. Started in the year 66. In the year 70, Titus, General Titus, the Roman general, was able to enter the city of Jerusalem, burn the city of Jerusalem, and destroying the Holy Temple.
Wow.
All these amazing monuments
Brilliant.
destroyed completely.
Wow.
You remember yesterday we went to Dominus Flevit.
Yes.
Jesus Christ knew that in advance, and he started to cry.
Yeah, Jesus wept.
That's the reason why.
Oh.
Now, what happened after that, for hundreds of years, after the Muslim occupation here, there were only rubbles of rocks and stones from the destruction of the temple. It was untouched. The Romans, in purpose, they did not want to renovate the place again, okay? So it was untouched in order actually to show the world that the God of the Jews is destroyed. Don't forget, they are paganic. They're not. They don't believe in God. They believe in pagan. Yes, in pagan. Okay? Here comes the year 638 AD, the Muslim occupation of the Holy Land. They took over Jerusalem. The second Caliph, Omar, he reached this area. He went, the most holy place in Jerusalem, don't forget, wasn't this place. This place was destroyed.
Yeah.
There was another monument that became the most holy in Jerusalem, and that was the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the place where the Golgotha, the place where Jesus Christ was crucified.
Oh.
So there was a big church that was built. We're going to see this church, the original church. We're going to see it later. And he went there in order to receive the key of the city of Jerusalem. And he's talking to the bishop, the archbishop over there. And then the time is to pray. You know, the Muslims pray five times a day.
Yeah.
And he said, I want to pray. This is time for me to pray. I'm Muslim. And the archbishop said, okay, no problem. Welcome. You can pray right here in the church. And he said, that's not a good idea. If I pray here, this will become a holy place for Muslims.
Muslim.
I don't want to do that. I want to go and pray in the same place that King Solomon or King Melech Shlomo,
Salomo.
King Shlomo prayed. They took him from the church. It's not far. It's about maybe 600 meters from here.
Okay.
Okay? From the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, they took him. They brought him here. And there was nothing here.
Yeah.
One of his advisors was a former Jew, Mr. Akib.
Okay.
And Mr. Akib brought him here, and he prayed over there. And then he said, I'm Muslim. Akib, what do you think? I think I want to build a mosque here. Where do you think I should build a mosque? Akib told him, north of the Dome of the Rock. There was no Dome of the Rock. There was no only
Rocks.
pile of
Pile.
stones and stuff.
Yeah.
He said, north of this side. He looked at him and he said, Mr. Akib,
Let me get to the
maybe
south.
you became a Muslim now, but in your heart you're always a Jew. Why? You want me to build a mosque over there, so if I pray to the most holy place.
Facing.
of the
I
He
see.
said, no. I want to build a mosque right here.
Okay.
All right, so he built a small mosque right here.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Now,
a black Kuba
guys.
on the other side.
Up until now, no problem. This story did not make Jerusalem special or holy for the Muslim. Later on, it's a late tradition. They took this phrase that I told you before about the story of Muhammad riding Al-Buraq.
Yeah. Went to heaven.
They call it Al-Mahraj.
Isra Miraj.
Okay? And it says like this: he took him to the Mosque Al-Aqsa, the mosque that is far away. During the time of Muhammad, maybe there was a mosque in Mecca only. There were no other mosques. And most probably, the faraway mosque that they had that time was in Medina. But different interpretation of this ayat, they changed it to become Jerusalem. By doing that, they made Jerusalem holy also to the Muslim. Now, early days of Islam, Muhammad just received Al-Quran from the angel, from Malachite. In the first 18 months of Islam, okay, this is important.
Okay.
For Muhammad, he gained his knowledge about religion, monotheistic religion. Don't forget that the Arabs were pagans. They were pagans. Mecca used to be a place to worship paganic gods. Okay, there was no Allah. Okay, it was a holy place, but a paganic place. Muhammad, he wanted to convince his own people that his words are true. These are words of God. And he wanted to rely on the Jews. There were 3 tribes living in Saudi Arabia area, around Mecca and Medina, 3 Jewish tribes. And he went to them because he gained a lot of knowledge about Judaism from them.
Yeah.
And he thought that it's so logic that the Jews that believe in God, believe in Allah, they will be the first one to join him and to support him.
Yes.
But what did the Jews did? This is not for us. We have our faith. We have our God. We don't need to change. He got upset. He massacred 2 tribes, and the 3rd tribe, some of them were killed, and the women were enslaved, and the kids converted into Islam, and he destroyed actually these 3 tribes of Jewish people in around Mecca. But what I wanted to say that the first 18 months, in order to convince the Jews, and because he knew that Jerusalem is holy to the Jews and holy to the Christians, the Muslims were praying to the direction of Jerusalem. Not because of the religion, because it was common for the Jews and for the Christians to pray to the direction of Jerusalem. Only after 18 months, they changed it to become Mecca. And then they diverted the direction, and they started to pray to the Mecca. Jerusalem. Yeah, this monument was built in the year 691. This one in the year 705. This one was destroyed and burned a few times because it's not so solid. You know, it's standing on top of pillars, where this one is standing on top of this foundation rock. So it's very stable. This is original. This is not.
This is
Okay?
I know.
Now, this is where I say there's a lot of hypocrisy here. Jerusalem was never important. Jerusalem is not mentioned in the Al-Quran, not even one time.
Oh, wow.
Not even one time. Jerusalem was never so important. You know when it became important? In the year 1922. The Jews started to come back to Israel. The Jews were talking about rebuilding the state of Israel, allowing the Jews to come back from all over the world, finally after 2,000 years. So it was a lot, you know, in the air was a lot of nationalism. And because of that, the leader of Muslim, his name is the Mufti of Jerusalem, his name is Al-Husseini, and he actually is the one that made Jerusalem become holy also for the Muslims, and made it also the reason, the core of the conflict between Jews and Muslims until today. Okay? That's the only reason. This is when it started, about 100 years ago, exactly. Now, what you hear in the stories, in the news, what you read in the many books, is fake. They're trying to rewrite the history.
I see.
Okay? They don't, for example, they don't allow excavations here by archaeologists. They don't allow that. And the only way for us to reveal the truth is to dig in the ground and to take out all this evidence in order to complete the puzzle.
Yeah.
But we're doing it. We're doing it slowly. More and more evidence. The harder they try to delete and destroy the history, the more evidence we bring up in order to prove this is our our heritage.
Yes.
This is where we belong to.
Yes.
Okay, and we're all praying for the day that we're going to see here the third temple. One day it's going to happen.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
We're going to continue.
All right. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, di sampingmu selalu. Nyanyilah, nyanyilah, nyanyilah. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, sing for the night is o'er. Hosanna in the highest, Hosanna forevermore.
Sampai sudah tiga akhirnya.
Sampai tiga-tiga kita, Jordan. Sampai tiga-tiga
Wow,
kita.
look at
Wow,
that.
look at that.
Semakin disinari semakin seperti emas ya.
Semakin emas kita. Apalagi baju aku kuning-kuning. Seperti kubah. Ini pilar. 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 Kubah. Banyak kubah di sini. Sana kucing Israel, kucing Jerusalem.
Agak gelap tadi mobil mana? Cantik di sini.
Toel, 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 toel. Wow, wow, toel. Oh, bol. Dan ini guys, kita masih di lokasi Temple Mount. Di depan sana nanti akan ada seorang penjaga yang mengambil pakaian yang panjang tadi. Itu borrow, dipinjamkan bagi mereka yang menggunakan celana pendek. Nah, suasana di sini nih termasuk indah, keren. Ini semua ini pohon-pohon zaitun guys. Nah, ini dia penjaganya. Dan di depan sana kita itu ada Golden Gate. Golden Gate ini menurut kepercayaan Yahudi, pada saat Mesias nanti datang akan melewati Golden Gate ini guys. Dan Golden Gate ini juga yang digunakan Yesus pada saat beliau dielu-elukan dengan menaiki keledai dan jalannya dilapisi dengan daun-daun palem. Nah, Golden Gate ini itu guys. Cuma sekarang Golden Gate ini ditutup, bukan dan tidak bisa orang masuk keluar gitu guys. Jadi ini memang ditutup dan banyak sekali kuburan-kuburan yang mahal itu di daerah sini karena kepercayaan pada saat Mesias datang dan melewati Golden Gate dan kuburan-kuburan orang meninggal akan bangkit guys. Ini Golden Gate. Dan ini masih di pekarangan Temple Mount. Ini National Park Temple Mount yang diakui oleh UNESCO. Dan di sini halamannya luas guys, daerahnya lumayan luas dan ada beberapa gate di sini, termasuk gate Herod atau Herodes, gate Damaskus, gate Sion atau gate Lions, dan semua gate-gate ini dijaga ketat oleh tentara Israel. Kenapa Temple Mount ini dijaga ketat oleh Israel? Walaupun Temple Mount ini untuk saat ini adalah menjadi bagian Muslim dengan berdirinya Masjid Al-Aqsa dan Dome of the Rock, tapi sejarahnya ini merupakan tempat di mana Raja Salomo mendirikan Ka'bah dan ini memang milik Yahudi guys. Dan karena waktu berjalan terjadi larangan-larangan untuk penggalian, tetapi semakin dilarang, bukti-bukti sejarah itu semakin banyak yang bermunculan guys. Dan oleh sebab itu tempat ini dijaga dengan begitu ketat. Kalau terjadi apa-apa di lokasi sini, wah ini bakalan perang dunia ketiga guys. Ini gate Lions Gate, itu sana tentara Israel. Oke guys, sekian dulu vlog saya kali ini tentang Temple Mount. Ikutin terus vlog-vlog saya berikutnya, masih lokasi Israel. I'll see you next vlog. Ciao.